Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome to Gnan Cloud Garage. In this session, I'm going to talk about ransomware recovery using Zerto and benefits of Zerto for ransomware protection. And here is the agenda. We can quickly recap our Zerto 9.5 solution architecture and how to restore files and folders using Zerto and how to do a ransomware recovery and what are the key benefits of Zerto for ransomware protection. So as we know, Zerto a Hewlett Packard Enterprise company. So the Zeta 9.5 solution architecture, we are already familiar now because if you watch the previous sessions, we are already familiar with this architectural diagram. The key item is whenever we plan to verify the solution, we make sure that we should have a management tool, ZVM, which is Zerto Virtual Manager, and all the ESX hosts must install with a virtual replication appliance on all our ESX hosts. It's applicable for both sides, production site and DR site, and so that if we create a virtual protection group, all the protection groups will be continuous replicated to the DR site. So in case of any disruption, we can recover it very quickly. Okay, that is the intention of solution architecture. And how to restore files and folders using Zerto. If you want to restore your files and folders using Zerto, the method is we call it as Zerto's journal file level restore feature allows us to recover files or folders without failing over a whole VPG, without restoring the complete virtual protection group. We can also have an option to restore specific files and folders. For example, if an end user accidentally deletes a set of spreadsheets and Zerto enables a hassle-free recovery of those files without needing to perform any extensive DR operations. So this scenario, if you want to do that one, I will show you the lab today. Okay. And another key point is how to do a ransomware recovery. So ransomware, this is one of the hot topic these days, and when we have most of the customer conversation, they will ask these two questions: how to do a ransomware recovery and what is a solution we are providing for ransomware protection. These two are the common questions these days. So when it comes to the ransomware recovery in specific to the Zerto, what it will do is when a ransomware is affected and immediately set of files is encrypted. This is the initial how we identified the end user is the files, whatever the project related files are encrypted all of the sudden or unexpectedly. That is nothing but a ransomware is affected, something suspicious. And prompt, when you click on that encrypted file, it will prompt to enter a decrypted code, sorry. And it will, or another option is we have to pay ransom to the hacker to get the code, or else the all our data will be in a encrypted stage only. So but instead of paying the ransom, that means paying the money to the customer, sorry, not the customer, paying the ransom to the hacker, what our Jetto solution will help us is Jetto will let us rewind to a pre-infection checkpoint and easily get the files back without paying the ransom, without paying any of the price or money to the hackers. Okay, that is the importance of ransomware recovery. But how we are recovering means the actual bag behind the scenes, what it will is, as we know, as from the solution architecture, the continuous replication is available for all our virtual protection groups. So what it will do is this protection group conjecture, what it will do is it have a every 5 seconds near synchronous replication, thousands of checkpoints in one day. So this replication is synchronous, near synchronous replication is enabled. Suppose there is some disruption happen on any certain time, just nearby synchronous replication, healthy condition state, you can able to restore your data. But suppose the traditional environment, normally that there will be a periodic backup every 12 hours or every 15 hours, there is a snapshot backup. But this will have only 1 to 3 checkpoints a day, but there is a data loss. But when it comes to the continuous replication methodology using Zerto, the near synchronous replication will help us. There is a multiple checkpoints even at certain time, not only 12 p.m., whatever the time it's disrupt or any ransom is affected, we need to identify the nearby healthy synchronization state. That state we can immediately recover, so that the data loss is very minimal compared to our traditional backups. Okay, that is the importance. Now let quickly show you the lab how we can do the ransomware recovery. So let me connect to our lab system. Let's say I connected to the one of our Zerto jump host. So for in our jump host, when quickly see what is our current virtual protection groups we have. We have CRM protection group running with 3 VM, file server remote running with 1 VM, and the CRM protection is running on a production side. That means the VPG is a local only. And file server remote, this is also one server, file server. This replication is going on a DR site. So we have two types of VPG protection mechanism. Either you can protect local or you can protect in a remote. Local means within the production site, remote means disaster recovery site. So whichever method our customer choose, accordingly we can create the virtual protection group. And even if you see the data dashboard status, the health condition of VPG health status is normal. But for our testing purpose, I'm using a one ransomware simulator, because for in our lab we cannot get a real ransomware. That's the reason we are using a one simulator software to show you how the ransomware real behavior. Okay, and the site topology is like this. We have production site. There is one outgoing VPG to TR site. Okay, and as I mentioned, if you want to do a file and folder recovery, we can use the option to under the restore option. If you select the restore, you can see file restore option. Either you can do this method or we can use any of the other method. Normally this is the only the method we can restore, but before restoring we'll observe how the what is the behavior when ransomware affected. Okay, so for the testing purpose I'm logging to the one of the file server. So this is the file server. Let me connect to the file server. See, in this file server, if you see in our desktop, we have a one PDF file, CDP, continuous data protection PDF file, one logo, and also overview. Even if I click the overview PDF, this PDF able to open. This is a Zerto overview solution PDF. And even if I open the logo, all files are able to open normally. Even if I open CDP PDF, it is a continuous data protection PDF. And another one is there is one image also we have Zerto image, and there is one slide also PPT. All are the most commonly used office applications, PPT and PDF, and also the image. These all the commonly production server also we usually have. So this information is already it's working fine and there is no issues also at present. So let me close this one. These files all are the working normally, and we are using the simulator software is shinolocker.exe. This is the actual ransomware. When the ransomware is affected, what I mentioned is all these files will be encrypted. So instead of doing a actual ransomware, we are using a ransomware simulator, that is shinolocker.exe. So now once I double click here, within few minutes or few seconds, all these files will be encrypted. Okay, we can observe the behavior now. So I'm just double clicking this shinolocker.exe. So it is prompted for a security warning. So it's a simulator only. So we are good to do run. So when we run the Locker software, see the Locker is started running, and let's observe the file status. See, files are already encrypted. If you see in our desktop, all the files are icon is changed to same encrypted logo. Even if I select this file, there is no option. This all the files it's is changed to Shino file icons. And even in the desktop screen it is showing Shino Locker. What it is saying is get the key from Shino Locker server or input the key. We need to enter the decrypted key. We need to enter that key, click on the decrypt, and then it will uninstall automatically and we can access the file. But this is the same behavior we can find when the real ransomware affected in our production environment. So what is the solution is, this solution for this is we have two methods. Method one, we have to pay ransom, that means money to the hacker, and get our data back. That is one method. And another method is if we have a security, if we have data protection solution tools like Zerto, if we have the Zerto tool, we no need to pay the ransom money to the hacker. We can able to restore using our Zerto. Okay, that is a method 2. So most of the time customer will not prefer to pay money to the hacker. They will go with a data protection solutions. So using our data protection solution, so when the end user or customer highlighted, they identified this kind of behavior, what we have to do is immediately we can minimize or we can close the server immediately or uncheck the server from the network. That is the first thing we have to do. And then we can log into our Zerto console and we need to identify which VM is affected. So just now we connected that VM name is file server VM. If we want to restore that VM, we need to choose the nearby checkpoint. So suppose if I select this VM, and we need to add a checkpoint also. If you want to add the checkpoint, we can add the checkpoint. And normally we can add in the real-time scenario, we need not to add the checkpoint. There is already continuous replication. So we can use the nearby replication to restore it back. Okay. So even if you want to add any replications, pre-infected checkpoints also, we can add the checkpoints here. Suppose if you want to add pre-infect checkpoint, we can add, but already is a affected state, so no need to add a checkpoint now at this moment. So to restore this one, go to the restore option and select the file. When you select the file, what is our affected VM name is file server. So select the file server name, click on next. And if you see, there are multiple journals are available. But if you want to see the nearby journal without affecting means, so you can choose, we already based on the end user alert, we know we have a timestamp. So suppose the timestamp is 246 time, we can just slightly lower down the time, let's say 246, 2:45 p.m., 1 minute below. So when you select this 245 one and let's see the file information, click on mount. So when you mount, you can see the disk status, whether the 245 time is already affected time or not. Currently, this lab system is in a different time zone. And now expand this our drives. You can see this at this time 2:45 p.m. time, is this really affected or not? Normally this desktop files means it's stored on a C drive administrator desktop. So look for a administrator location. Let me scroll down here. There is a users and administrator, and we can look for a desktop. Suppose desktop location, you can see currently these files are already affected state. You can see every file name logo.png.shino. That means this 245 also a affected stage. So that means again go back and we need to modify the time. So what we can do, we can choose here or else just cancel or go back. Any method is fine. So let me close this one and again retry. So we can unmount this one. So click on unmount. So this is not the right mount point to restore. So again, go to the restore and select the file. And normally in the real time, based on the timestamp, we can choose the respective checkpoint. Okay. So now the checkpoint 245 also not in the healthy state. So we will look for another checkpoint. Let's say, for example, I'm choosing the checkpoint time is 242. Let's say 242 time. So click on mount and we'll verify the mount task is failed. The reason, unable to perform the request operation, terminated. So further information can be, that means maybe the backend termination task is in progress. So we need to wait until this unmount is completed successfully. So unmount completed now. Now you can try. Select the file server, click on next and choose the mount checkpoint point in time. Depends on the available journals. So I'm choosing the time approximately 2:43. Okay, so click on mount. So mounting task is in progress. And let's quickly verify whether we have the healthiest data or not. Within the users, administrator, and look for a desktop. So within our desktop, see the file status cdp.pdf, there is no Shino affected. That means this is the currently healthy condition. So select this healthy state, okay, and you can just Either you can tick here or no need to select here anything. You can use the option choose the original state, so to original location file server. But here some organization may prefer to restore it separately, or some customers may refer to may if you have a very high impact, they may think to restore it on your original location. It depends on the customer's choice. Either you can download it to the same location, or you can choose any of the shared location. Okay, we have two methods. So for testing purpose, I'm choosing the direct file server location. I'm selecting the no need the complete state. Let's select only the desktop. Okay, now click on start. So when we start, the waiting for the user input. So it's already file restoration is in progress. You no need to unmount until its restoration is complete. So currently file level restore is in progress. So this remote server, within few minutes, the entire data will be restored. Currently it's in progress, 8%. We'll just wait for a while, it will finish. So 93%. Okay, now it is completed. So once it is completed, quickly verify the login to the server and verify the restoration. See this information, we no need to do any changes. Quickly close the Shino locker and safely you can move these files to the recycler bin, or you can do a shift delete. Any method you can follow. So I'm just doing a shift delete. Okay, and if you open this folder, see in the desktop, whatever the files we selected, even including this .exe file also recovered. So that means the desktop files, this file is also no need. So let me shift delete. So the complete data is restored. We'll quickly open and see. See, data file is able to open. But earlier it was in a encrypted state, but now there is no issue on the files. We are able to open. So all files are opening normally. So this is how we can restore it without paying the ransom to the customer. Okay, so let me unmount the restore point. So we'll quickly unmount the restore point so that currently the system is back to normal. So if I go to the desktop, see the all files are restored successfully. This is how we can recover we can use the Zerto for the ransomware recovery. Okay, let's back to the slide. So this is the point I explained here, near sync replication. We have multiple, within few seconds also there is a checkpoints. So you based on the timestamp, we can choose the nearby replication checkpoint and do the restoration. Okay, now let's understand the another point. What are the key benefits of Zerto for ransomware protection? So the key benefits includes, the first one is rewind your systems to the last point in time before the infection struck. Okay, so for example, in our lab system 2:45 p.m., 2:43 p.m. also, both timings the system is showing as infected state. So I choose the nearby timestamp to restore it back. Okay, and recover all your critical systems within minutes with only a few clicks of button. So even if I see the restore option, I used only few clicks only to restore it, and restore from seconds ago to years ago. So restoration, not only just now I restored it in a minutes ago data, but not only minutes ago data, Zerto have capability to restore years ago, even last 1 year data. If you want to restore, it have a capability. That is also one of the benefit. And another point is perform non-distribute failover tests at any time. Even if you want to perform a failover test, we can perform, and boosting the confidence that you can bring the business back online immediately. Okay, and now another key point is restore entire application database or individual files with consistency and granularity. Okay, these are all the key benefits of Zerto for ransomware protection. Okay, hope you understand the restoration mechanism. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you. If you're watching this video first time, please do view, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you're already subscribed, thanks for your support and encouragement. Bye for now.